the Harlem State Office Building, the Empowerment Zone, Pathmark, Bill Clinton's office, the Magic Johnson Theater Complex, Blockbuster, Potamkin Auto Mall, Starbucks. Slowly but surely, major corporations started making a concerted effort to revitalize the 125th Street corridor. Bringing us to the present. Now Harlem is once again a destination of choice, with over 1 million visitors a year. We boast first-class restaurants and cultural institutions. Did I mention world-class entertainment? Oh, how do I know? Please allow me to introduce myself.
An accomplished author, playwright, and philanthropist, she created the Mama Foundation for the Arts, a youth program to present, preserve, and promote gospel, jazz, and R&B as an art form.
Of teenagers and the woman who draws them in. Her name is Vi Higginson.
My name is Vi Higginson, and if you like singing, I present to you, Mama, I Wanna Sing.
Mama, I want to sing, please let me sing, I wanna sing. Mama, I want to sing, please let me sing, I want to sing.
We also have the Apollo Theater, Sylvia's Soul Food, the Studio Museum, Columbia University, and on and on and on.
It means to the Harlems all over the country and the world that we're going to try desperately hard to snatch back our history, our culture, our language, but most importantly, our self-esteem.
All right, I thank you.
Harlem is the new New York, so much so that President Obama hosted a $30,000+ a plate dinner here. So here you have the Harlem you know about, easy to get to, with convenient trains, bus, and even water routes. Over 850,000 commuters pass through this hub each day. We have the ability to get to an airport in 20 minutes. Harlem has 3 greats: great shopping, great nightlife, great music, great food. Oh, that's 4, with overwhelming culture and history to boot. And then there is the Harlem that you don't know. From the beautiful parks, the piers, the bike paths, the museums and schools, the turn-of-a-century architecture, the churches, and the people, the amazing folks that make up the village of Harlem.
Why did you come from Birmingham, Alabama?
Why did I come?
Right.
If you had ever lived in Birmingham, Alabama in 1929, you'd understand why you had to leave. Particularly if you were African and American. And I may not look too African, but it's down there very deep. And I've always felt close to my heritage.
The future of Harlem is bright, and so are its business opportunities. Do you believe in dreams?
I say it with a certain degree of pride that our organization pretty well started the development in line with the help of a developer, Drew Greenwald, with whom I'm sure you're going to speak. We started the development. We had the vision. He had the vision. We had the vision that 125th Street could really become the Mecca, not just the Apollo, that street. And it could be the focus of Upper Manhattan. We had the land, he had the expertise. Both of us got together, we had the vision, and Harlem USA, that complex of stores, was born.
And what's happened in Harlem is as a result of that initial retail and commercial development, a lot of housing developers did projects that appealed to a broad economic diversity, and you brought basically middle and upper middle class families back to a community that was very rich with economic diversity through most of its history. And only in sort of the flight from cities had Harlem really declined. And the positive thing that has occurred in the last 20 years is that many people have moved into the community which only strengthens it as a retail for retailers. The market demand of people, of residents in a community, greatly increases that demand and makes it much more desirable for new retailers to come to 125th Street.
I'm very proud of what we've been able to accomplish at our sites on 144th and Frederick Douglass. So we have another site on the east side, 120th, and now those are middle schools. And now to have the high school makes it even better in terms of what we're about in terms of teaching our students. In addition to that, as I mentioned to you earlier, we were able to secure on 124th Street the old Rice High School that regrettably had fallen into bankruptcy. We were able to buy it out of bankruptcy, and we're going to turn that into an elementary school. So we're going to really have a campus, if you like, of Harlem Village Academy students. And I think it all bodes well with respect to what we're trying to do is really put a stake on the ground with regard to the issue of education.
There'll be other components of education in the market where people will learn about healthy foods, healthy living, things of that nature. And then we'll also have a huge cultural component because we'll have a lot of open space between the kiosks. So all of that open space will be programmed for cultural expression. So then when you walk into the market, you'll have this rich sense of, this is Harlem, this is East Harlem, this is El Barrio. This is why people come to Harlem, to experience the culture and to meet with the people and learn about, various trades or creativity or recipes or things of that nature. So it becomes a place, a true sense of place where people come and they can get off the bus, or they just walk down the street from their home and they interact with their neighbors, or they interact with strangers from another, part of the city or world, and you get that kind of community building that Harlem CDC is all about.
Really an incredible amount of interest in 125th Street. Under Mayor Bloomberg's leadership, working with the City Council, we've put in place a lot of infrastructure, put in place new zoning, and we're seeing the market responding to that, whether it's at the Tasty Bakery site, where we're expecting a 300,000 or 400,000 square foot new development, mixed use, or at our East 125th Street site that used to be called the Uptown New York development, where we have just completed the first phase of development and are looking to move forward shortly on the second phase, or the Corn Exchange. There really is a lot of interest in 125th Street, and I think things are coming together. It's really quite a moment in time for the neighborhood.
Well, it's interesting. As reported by NYC and Company a couple of years back, the number 3 destination for all international tourists is Upper Manhattan or Harlem. And we figured that, also with the rezoning of 125th Street, what was the one key element that they focused on? That was trying to create 125th Street as a cultural corridor or destination. So let's say I have now my trip up to the Apollo to see a show. I now also need the ancillary activities to happen. I need restaurants, I need shops, I need other places of which to spend my money, of which to then support the economic vibrancy on the Strip. And tourism and culture are key elements of a draw to bring people uptown.
If you look at all of the major retail destinations throughout New York City, and you could point to any one of them, 34th Street, Fulton Street, downtown Brooklyn, some of the major retail trade areas, I don't think any of them has a dense residential population in the immediate vicinity of their retail corridor like 125th Street. So with that existing population, 125th Street retailers are always going to do well because there's built-in business right there. That not only goes to 125th Street to shop, but they go there as part of their, their social life.
When we were working on the study of 125th Street, the administration, and we were working with the community and the community board and the elected officials, the one thing that we heard was that whatever you do, this is my street. you know, and this is what I want to see happen, this is what I don't want to see happen. There was a personal connection. Even people that didn't even live in Harlem felt a personal connection to the street, you know, and I don't think 34th Street or 42nd Street or 181st Street, which is north of here, have that type of personal connection or personal investment that people have and feel. That people feel a very tight, you know, sort of relationship with 125th Street.
I think we have to maintain and balance what is unique about 125th Street. And we know that we have, that culture is part of who we are. It's part of our fabric and our DNA as African Americans. So I want to ensure that we're maintaining some cultural integrity to 125th Street, and it doesn't just become a street like everywhere else where it's just, you know, a string of stores.
Mott 125, New York Economic Development Corporation, is facilitating the development of a destination venue that supports arts and culture programming, a multimedia information center, retail, and unique dining. The Apollo Mall, the Victoria Theater, are all tipping point prospects, in tandem with institutions like City College. The New York Academy of Medicine, the Harlem School of the Arts, Touro College of Osteopathic Medicine. Harlem is on the rise and open for business.